Throughout history, people have looked to the sky in anticipation, wondering when the Christ will return. The idea of the second coming has sparked countless debates, sparked the imagination of believers, and filled many with questions. But what if I told you that the second coming of Christ is already happening, not in a physical sense, but in a much deeper, spiritual way? Today, we're going to explore the true meaning of the second coming of Christ and how it transforms our understanding of life, death, and our spiritual journey. The first coming of Christ over 2,000 years ago marked a pivotal shift in human consciousness. With his life, death, and resurrection, Christ brought a new understanding of the Spirit's triumph over matter, reframing death as a gateway to eternal life. But the story doesn't end there. Christ's influence didn't stop at the cross, or even at the empty tomb. His presence continues to evolve within us, and this ongoing evolution is what we call the second coming. Unlike the first coming, which was a physical incarnation, the second coming is happening within the hearts and minds of humanity. It's a spiritual event, a profound transformation of consciousness. This second coming is about recognizing Christ's presence within ourselves, awakening to a new understanding of life, death, and our purpose here on earth. So, what does this mean for us? How can this spiritual reappearance of Christ change the way we live? First, let's talk about death, the ultimate mystery that has haunted humanity for centuries. While for most of humanity's history, people knew that they were immortal and death was simply a window to a better life. However, some 3,000 years before Christ, our Earth went into a dark cycle called the Kali Yuga. This cycle is projected to last for 5,000 years. At the time of the first coming of the Christ, humanity was at its darkest hour. All knowledge of our spiritual immortal nature was lost. People feared the unknown, the great silence beyond life. But Christ's resurrection from death on the cross transformed that fear. His resurrection reminded us that death is not the end, but a transition, a door to a higher realm of existence. The second coming reminds us of our immortal nature as beings of light and love created in the image of God. Christ's presence within us reassures us that death is a passage to something greater. But more importantly, it reminds us of our tremendous potential as immortal beings of light. As we awaken to this understanding, we no longer see death as a defeat, but as a victory of the spirit over the limitations of the physical body. But the second coming isn't just about death, it's about life. Christ's influence on us is helping us see life's challenges, not as obstacles, but as opportunities for growth. We now know that we are meant to be the architects of love on Mother Earth. When we recognize Christ within, we know that we are not our body. We know that we can triumph in this school of life. We know that success is not to be judged by material possessions and fame, but by whether or not we are prepared to enter the next stage of life, our true home, the spiritual or quantum world. Our struggles become moments of transformation, teaching us compassion, resilience, and love. Christ's spiritual presence within each of us inspires us to live with a greater purpose, knowing that every moment is an opportunity for our soul's evolution and all of humanity. Now, let's look at what's happening on a larger cosmic level. The second coming is not just a personal event, it's a global one. It is also a cosmic one. Humanity is the latest generation of the One's creations, and we are the darlings babies of the cosmos. Our success is tremendously important to the entire universe. As human consciousness evolves, more and more people are beginning to experience Christ's spiritual presence. This awakening is creating a profound shift in how we relate to each other, the earth, and the spiritual realm. We know that we are all one. We know that we are our brother's keeper. We are beginning to see life not just through the lens of the material world, but through the eyes of the Spirit. As humanity awakens to this expanded consciousness, we also begin to understand that Christ's presence is not limited to one individual or one religion. It's a universal force, a loving energy that is present in every person, every being, and every corner of the universe. So, what can we expect from this unfolding second coming? Many traditions speak of Christ's reappearance, but this doesn't mean he will take on another physical form. Instead, the second coming is about humanity developing the ability to experience Christ's presence within our hearts and minds. Humanity has had 2,000 years of absorbing the message of the Christ. This is only the beginning, the age of darkness. Kali Yuga ended at the end of the 20th century. It's a personal revelation that grows stronger as we open ourselves to higher truths, deeper love, and greater spiritual awareness. We are being prepared for the next great leap in humanity's evolution, as it was in the beginning. So shall it be in the end. We began as perfect beings of light. We are now beginning the final stage of the ascent to the level of children of light and love. Our Earth becomes the planet of love. As more of us embrace this inner awakening, we will begin to see a world transformed. Humanity will begin to see the spiritual forces and beings around us just as we see with our physical eyes. Just as we know that the sun will rise tomorrow, we will know that we are not our bodies. Fear, anxiety, and suffering will give way to hope, peace, and a deeper understanding of the spiritual realities that exist beyond the physical world, and who and what we are as humanity. We are gods in the making. This is the true promise of the second coming, the transformation of fear into hope, of separation into unity, and of death into eternal life. The second coming of Christ is happening now. It's a call for each of us to open our hearts, to live with purpose, and to recognize the divine presence that is already within us. Together, as we awaken to this truth, we can transform not just our own lives, but the entire world. Are you ready to embrace this awakening? For more insights on spiritual awakening and the second coming, subscribe to our channel. Together, let's discover the path to hope, peace, and eternal life.